Welcome back to the Kickback. Today we have a special guest with us, Patrick. I want to say hello.
How's it going, everyone?
And me and Steph, obviously. So we're alternating between our new place that we do our show and back at the old one. So my background, you see all my family and friends turned up in the background.
Okay.
So today we are going to be letting Patrick talk about what he does. Well, our topic today will be talking about overthinking because we all overthink. And then we're going to be playing Spill the Tea or Take the Shot.
Okay.
So, Patrick, do you want to just get into it and explain what you do?
Yeah. So, for the past 7.5 years, I've been a licensed acupuncturist. And, most people at this point have heard of acupuncture, but, quick rundown, it's a... people argue about how old it is, but, it's thousands of years old, 4,000 years old, and it's a medical... it's a healing modality that comes from China, and the word we use for what we work with is we have this word needle, acupuncture needle, but most people think of needles, they think of like a doctor's, like a hypodermic, like syringe. Yeah, it scares the hell out of people.
Yeah.
These things are they're about as wide as a second hand on an analog wristwatch. You can fit 7 of them inside of a hypodermic. So, yeah, they're tiny. You feel mostly pressure, a little pinching. I've worked on Tyler before.
You barely feel it because trust me, I don't like needles, but I mean, it was not a bad experience at all. Honestly, when I walked out, I was like floating on a cloud. It was the best experience. And I had my body felt good, my mind felt good, one of the most positive experiences I've ever had.
Yeah, it's pretty full spectrum, it's mental health and it's, physical health all in one. And, I found it, I was in the Navy for a few years and I used it for, I had some body pains from, different little injuries. And, for PTSD, for the anxiety and all the anger and fear and all that comes with it. So I was really impressed and I wanted to do that. So like I said, I've been at that a while and I'm a Vedic astrologer too. So I use the Vedic astrology it's the old system because there's a mainstream system, most people talk about it, they say what's your sign.
Yeah.
That system was created in ancient Greece 2,000 years ago and they took the old system from India and in my opinion they removed a lot of the best features of it. So it went from really specific to really general. So, that's all about your mental health and really, with the astrology, the way I use it is it's kind of a roadmap in your life because it's all, it's amazing. It seems, just really new age and kind of flaky, but when you start getting into it, I've had some skeptics just be like, oh my God,
Of course, yeah.
you're really nailing it. So it can show you how your mind works, how your personality works, what your strengths are, what you should be doing with your life.
Right. I know. I told him I want to go try it out. So yeah.
It's descriptive, but there's a lot of wiggle room in it. It's not going to tell you you're going to be doing this exact thing at this company.
Right.
But it gives you the themes, and you can really, when you start pulling the string, you start seeing, oh, okay, I think, this will work. And it's all about, what do I really, want to do? So, to me, it's I think when, you take this to overthinking, it's when you don't know what you should be doing, then you really overthink.
Yeah, for sure.
You can end up in hell a little bit.
Yes.
Absolutely, yeah.
I know, that's right.
So going into that too, what you just said about the overthinking thing, that's our topic. Overthinking. So let's, transition right up into it. I feel like everybody, I don't care what anyone says, we all overthink. I know I definitely overthink all the time, almost every single day. There'll be a scenario that I'll be like, why did that person say that like that? And you feel like it's something. I feel like for me, everyone's different, but I know there's 2 things. Most of the times when I'm overthinking, and not all the time when you overthink, it's such a bad thing, because sometimes you're right about certain things, but the 2 things that I think about is when it's up here and I'm overthinking too much, I'm it sometimes is wrong, But then when you get that gut feeling and you're overthinking, that's when you know you're right. Because you get that gut feeling, and always trust that gut feeling.
Definitely.
I feel like it's never served me the wrong way. I've been right every damn time that I had that gut feeling. So
That's so true. That's so good to think about, because like you said, everyone overthinks, but sometimes you gotta go with that. Sometimes like it's something that you just can't shut off. You're like, I know I shouldn't be thinking about this. I know I shouldn't be feeling this way. But if it keeps coming up, you gotta go with it. You gotta trust your gut. But we all overthink. I know I do. I worry about mad shit. I'll sit home and be like, why did I say hi to that person like that? What I wonder what they think about me. And it's like, are you serious? Like, why are you worried about this right now? Like, the other person doesn't even fucking care. Like, they're gonna forgot 30 seconds later.
they're all dead caring,
they're
right?
still worried about it. Like,
All the time.
Like, come on, you gotta learn to let things go, because you're just gonna stress yourself out over it. Like,
There's too much and not worth it.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I like Jiminy Cricket and Pinocchio because he's like the gut feeling.
He is the gut
Yes.
feeling.
It's
Yes.
this thing to ignore, and he's small, you know.
Yeah.
Quiet voice.
And he was telling Pinocchio the right shit the whole time. His ass didn't realize the limits died.
Hell yeah. Damn.
I love that movie. That movie, if you, oh my god, that's a good movie to make kids watch.
I
Like,
know.
watch this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You grow up doing all this shit, you turn into a jackass. When I was a little kid and watched that movie, that's the only thing that thought in my head. If I fucked up and just want to play around and just hang out all my life, you turn into a jackass.
That's so
You get locked up. In
Right,
Stromboli.
exactly,
Yeah.
right, exactly. I love that movie. Oh my god. So pretty much the moral of the story is, you know, relax with the overthinking. We all do it, but you know, learn how to control it a little bit, pretty much. It's not easy, but find a rhythm of like what helps you not overthink. Do some kind of hobby or something to help you out with that, because I mean it'll just be better off, because if you're just overthinking and just doing crazy shit, ain't no one gonna want to be around your ass.
For real.
Yeah.
So it ain't worth it.
Yeah, there's like it's all like the gut feeling is like intuition. There's a million ways.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like, you know, you're showing me like one of your dance videos. Or
Yeah.
That's a really intuitive thing. 'Cause
Yeah.
You have to go with the feeling. If you think I'm out of here,
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah.
you're out of sync with your group. Or
Yeah, absolutely.
with your own
Yeah.
routine. You know.
The old good days when I used to yell at everybody when we were dancing.
It was no longer fun.
It was
let me
not.
tell you. It was
Strict. Oh god. Alright, well that was the topic. Let's get into the segment now. Spill the tea or take a shot.
Oh.
So I told Patrick he better write a good one. It better not be he took his time to write a good one, so
I think it'll be okay. I've had a lot of good stories about this from people.
Oh, okay. Alright, so I'm gonna go first and just grab a random one. I hope I didn't grab mine. No, I didn't. I feel like I got steps.
Oh, mine's not too bad. Starting off like, you know.
When was the last time you blacked out? Ooh, that's actually very easy. It wasn't Halloween. I was good.
Okay.
I was getting close to that part, but I didn't. I had a pumpkin carving party. That was like, you know what it was? I had a reunion with my 8th grade talent show group.
That was lit.
And when I host parties, I go all out. But I literally I was mixing drinking. I was just caught up in the fun. And it got to a point where like I was just like having so much fun that I was just like, damn, I'm kind of just like tired. I literally like remember like there might have been 4 more people up to my house, but I was just like, peace, y'all know how to lock the door.
Oh,
Is
shit.
everybody I trust? And I just knocked out. And I woke up and I was like, damn, I don't remember saying bye to so-and-so and so-and-so. I was like, oh shit.
Because you did.
Yeah, that was good for me. So I spilled the tea. I didn't have to. I mean, I would if I had to. But all right, you can go next.
All right. Let me see. I'm trying to find my own handwriting.
Oh no getting yours.
Well, no, I don't want to.
Oh, okay.
That would not make this interesting. Plus, I don't have any good stories with my question.
Oh, hopefully I have a good one.
What is the craziest place you slept? Oh man.
That's a fun question.
That is a fun question.
You know what? Okay, so crazy is like as in the location itself, or just like the whole.
Whatever you feel like would be the craziest
crazy,
scenario. Yeah.
Maybe I can tell you a couple. We'll see.
All
So,
right.
one time it was so I was in the Navy and we Remember the big tsunami back in 2004?
Oh, yeah.
In the ocean.
Mhm.
So that happened a day after Christmas in 2004, and for like the Christmas holiday, I went out and met a carrier, like an aircraft carrier, like a few days before Christmas. I flew from San Diego to Japan to Okinawa, and then they flew me out there. So a day later, we pull into Hong Kong. It's like 4 days, do whatever you want, you know. And we come back to the ship, and I jumped too far ahead. So we're in Hong Kong for 4 days. I wake up, and the whole tsunami's happened. It's on the news. So we went and did like relief stuff for 2 months, and it was like a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
Then we went to Singapore after that, before going home, just to kind of like, you know, blow off
Yeah.
steam.
Yeah.
And I knew this pilot, and he was kind of like born into a rich family, but he really wanted to be a pilot.
Yeah.
So when we go to a port, he'd get like a suite, and he'd just say to people, "Hey, you can sleep on the couches, sleep on the floor,
Yeah,
just leave the
Cool.
bed alone."
Yeah.